What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. You want to see some UFO videos? Because I got two for you today. Skywatcher's own Jake Barber released two videos online filmed with his personal cell phone over a military base in New Jersey. I've got all the details. Let's jump in. Now, most recently, Skywatcher released some videos in their Part 2 video series out on the range where they do a lot of their research, and I made a video about that too, so I'll put a link in the description. Please go check that out, as well as a video I made about Jake Barber, who called me and invited me out to Skywatcher to see what they have going on. Now, that's not set in stone. It still could change, but that's the idea, right? Potentially that could happen. So again, I'll put a link in the description to that video as well. Now, let's jump to these two UFO videos that I have today. Again, like I mentioned before, this was filmed on a personal cell phone near a military base in New Jersey, specifically Picatinny Arsenal. I hope I said that right. So it starts like this. Jake Barber puts out a tweet that reads like this. New Jersey drones. Here are a couple videos I can share taken on our personal phones back in December of objects showing up in and around the airspace over Picatinny Arsenal. A couple of reasons for alarm, or at least to take an interest. Number one, in first video, you will see objects appear to materialize and dematerialize and then hover with no FAA lighting systems. Number two, watch second video, scope shadow, until the end. You will see regular aircraft fly by in the background for reference of what FAA-approved traffic in the area should look like. Number three, all of the suspicious objects are operating in violation of FAA regulations and were not being controlled by ATC. They have no red and green navigation lights, no strobe, are operating at unauthorized altitudes and in restricted airspace. So, let's take a look at these videos. Here's video number one.
Oh, there's another one.
Yep. I can't tell if that bottom one is playing or
Oh, there's another third one. Nope, that was one of them.
Now, let's take a look at the first part of this video, but zoomed in.
Oh, there's another one.
Yep. I can't tell if that bottom one is playing or
Oh, there's another third.
And now, here's video number two.
This thing, show all four of them. Is there five of them? Yeah, so there we go. There's three.
And let's take a look at this second video, played all the way through, zoomed in.
This thing, show all four of them. Is there five of them? Yeah, so there we go. There's three.
Now, look, I am not a video expert or an expert of any kind in any way, shape, or form, but I must admit, the videos, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, there's nothing definitive. They really are just lights kind of moving around, but I don't know what that means, right? Without any real clear, definition, and I mean that visually, like looking in like a high def, it's just so hard to tell what is going on because there could be so many different options, right, of what this could be. Yes, one of the options, I guess, potentially could be non-human intelligent craft, but nothing in these videos, in my opinion, demonstrates anything like that. Right now, I get the points that Jake is making, but that doesn't necessarily equal aliens, right? But at the end of the day, it's kind of one of those things that's just not enough information to make a definitive statement, right? To just point at it and go, oh, that's aliens, seems disingenuous. But to also point at it and go, that's not aliens, also seems disingenuous. Although one might be more probable than the other, I think at the end of the day, this kind of falls in the land of, I don't know, right? So you let me know what you think, because in my opinion, again, there's just not enough information here. The videos really aren't that high quality. The second video with like the scope shadow looking thing, that one's a little more high definition, which is why I was able to zoom in and kind of play it all the way through. The other one, even zooming in and, showing it doesn't really, it almost makes it harder to look at, to be honest with you. Don't know what kind of phones. I don't know what direction. I don't know anything else other than this. Now, some other people in that post were asking, hey, what are the days and times and direction and whatever, because maybe they're satellites, right? Take a look at this tweet from Mick West. This is what he thinks, right? That this could be satellites, and he just wants more data to find out. And I don't see anything wrong with that, if I'm being honest, right? There's nothing wrong with asking for more information about something like this. So especially if you're going to claim it potentially is anomalous. All right, well, let's try to get rid of some prosaic options or explanations, right? You would have to do that in order to determine that this thing is non-human, right? You would have had to have done a little bit of work to get rid of the other options. Otherwise, that can't really stick, right? That it's alien if you haven't determined that it's not X, Y, and Z, right? So, again, very interesting. I'm glad people post stuff like this, and I'm glad Jake posted these, right? It's something to look at, something to take in, more data, right? So I totally understand. And again, don't forget, this was during the New Jersey drone flap, right, that was happening. And it wasn't just in New Jersey. It was happening all over. And again, Jake is kind of implying that this is over a military base. But see, Picatinny Arsenal isn't just a military base. It's also like a township around there, right, that's also called Picatinny Arsenal. So I don't know if this is specifically over the actual military parameters, or is it outside of that, just in public land, right? If that makes sense. Again, for me, just not enough information. Is some of it interesting? 100%, right? But what does it mean? With so many different things flying around in the sky, right, at all times. And in my interview with Avi Loeb, we kind of together, I mean, more him than me, but kind of tried to quantify how many things are flying around in the sky on a daily basis. I'm not joking. On a daily basis, there are probably over 1 billion objects flying around in the sky every single day, right? Now, that also includes birds, which is part of the reason why that makes the number so high. But it does include balloons and drones and planes and helicopters and, and under that umbrella, there's all kinds of different, right? There's all kinds of different drones. There's all kinds of different balloons. There's all kinds of different birds. There's all kinds of different atmospheric conditions, satellites. I mean, all kinds of things, right? So I don't know. Again, I thought it was interesting. I thought I should share it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go take a look at the videos closer. I played them all the way through with the sound, so that is what you're going to get. But you may want to just go check it out for yourself and see if there's any more information to get. So we'll have to wait and see if Jake does release any more information about these videos. He may not have some of that information to determine that it's not satellites, right? I don't know. But I get it, wanting to have more information. That seems natural, especially if you're excited about. I think either way, if you're think the footage is BS and it's just satellites, you want more information. If you think it's aliens, you want more information. Right? It's kind of everyone that's interested in this would want more information, no matter what conclusion you're trying to draw or no matter where you're trying to get to with this, right? So anyway, always happy that people put out footage and we can decide for ourselves, right? No need to suppress the footage or suppress the data. We can, as human beings, you as an adult, can decide for yourself. And, I feel I can do the same. So anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Link in the description. We'll see you on the next one, Vetters. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.